This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, and verse 1, and it reads, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying," verse 2, "Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief priest of Meshach and Tubal, prophesy against him." Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 3, "And thus saith the Lord, Yahweh thy power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal." Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 4, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy army, horse and horsemen, all of them clothed for all sorts of armor, even a great company of bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords." This is Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 5, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures, "Persia, which is modern day Iranians, Ethiopia, Cushites, Libya, the Ishmaelites, with them all of them with shield and helmet." Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 6, "Gomer, which is the modern day Turkish army, and all his bands, the house of Togomor of the north quarters, and all his bands of 50 people with thee." Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 7, "Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself and all thy companies that are assembled unto thee, be thou a guard unto them." So the modern day Russians is going to be a guard unto these nations, which is modern day Iranian, Ethiopia, and Libya, and Gomer as well too, of these armies of nations. So Shalom, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Wakar Kadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim, scattered through four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to the Akim out there. And this is another sit-down lesson that I want to bring out in this news article from NavyTimes.com as of September 20th at 1:21 p.m. and it reads, U.S. Air Force General in Middle East worry over Russian-Iran cooperation. Right, because the Russia-Iran cooperation is boosting up over there in the Middle East. So the cooperation between the two is increasing over there in the Middle East. It has the U.S. Air Force General kind of concerned about that, That's why I brought out the Ezekiel, the 38th chapter of Russia is going to be a guard to Persia, which is the modern day Iranians. And this is Iran supply of bomb carriers, drones to Russia could see Moscow help to Tehran, which is Iran, program could be more lethal, raising risk across the wider Middle East. The top U.S. Air Force commander in the Middle East said Wednesday. It says the head of the Air Force Control described the danger potentially posed by Russia's cooperation and collision with Iran as extending from the airspace over Syria, while Tehran threatens commercial ships in the waters of the Persian Gulf. Right, and keep this in mind. I believe ever since 2019, you had the United States been accusing Iran of holding hostage carriers over there, of those oil shipment carriers over there. And then, the United States recently deployed, I believe, like 3,000 reserve army troops over there, right along with military equipment over there in that Persian Gulf area, Well, the United States do, I believe, back and forth economic ties with the companies over there, with the oil tank over there in those regions and stuff like that. And then, you've been having, as of recently, for the past 2 or 3 months, of Iran besieging oil tankers, ships, and deployments over there in that area. And I believe Iran have replied to that. They had replied to that, have deploying up their nuclear force as well too. So the tensions between Iran and the United States are increasing. Now you have the United States general was kind of highly worried about the increasing bolster cooperation over there, over there in the Middle East.